Let's see what we've got here. Double 4/4s. Attachment. Ooh, ouch. Okay, don't do that ever. Is this gonna, oh, yeah, out. Pain, 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 pain. Yep, that's bad. So Seki here is as follows. Your choices are to Hane in return, and then your opponent will probably defend one of two ways, and then we defend our cutting point. Alternatively, we could, if we want influence, which is completely fine, we can Atari here, they connect, we connect, passing the question on to our opponent. What do you want, my good man? Do you want my corner? Because you can have the corner. It will be in Gote, and then we can play move elsewhere. Or you can remain on the outside, which is usually more often the case, at which point we can defend our one stone, which I think is kind of small personally, or take more influence, which I think is actually kind of okay. This is, I'm not going to say it's completely game ending, but it's a big loss because look at all of these second line stones right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 second line stones, and we are only 18 moves into the game. That is not good. A lot of influence given away to our opponent in Sente, no less, to go back and take a big point. And as long as they can get more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points, then they have done very, very well for themselves indeed. Oh, gonna go for a larger wall. You really probably need to Hane that white. Getting at least off that third line is probably going to be definitely in your best interest. Sure. Ooh, ow, kick, pain. This is another thing that the AI likes because it gives you territory. Great, fantastic. I'm actually worried right now that this is going to be an almost impossible climb for white rather. And the reason why I say this, because there's just so many moves that we can't respond to. Like right now, we can't say as white that we cannot say that all of this is our territory. And the reason why we can't do that is because that would be saying, go away, white. That would be saying, if my opponent continues to poke into this area, I'm going to keep defending it. Well, the problem with that idea is if you actually do that, you're going to lose the game because the amount of influence being given away here is entirely way too insane. So once we've established that we can't defend the left area, that means it's not ours. So the amount of points we have, I mean, we've already gone over it. It ain't a lot. We've got, whatever this is, and then we probably have some territory in here. We don't really know what it is yet because the 3/3 is vulnerable. Though on this board, I don't think black should be worrying about that at all. So this game is going to be black being reduced for the rest of the game. This is the territory white has, and we have to reduce for the remainder of it. It's not an impossible game, but I would be surprised if it went in white's favor. Splitting here, I mean, sure. Ordinarily, I'd want to play here, but there's just so many things that white needs to do that I'm okay, fine. Playing here, it's counterintuitive, but I would actually kind of push away from the wall right now. Because one of the only ways I can see forward for white is to find something weak to attack and profit that way. So even though, yes, we want to push towards thickness traditionally and do all that kind of stuff, I view black as being so far ahead that as long as you don't create anything weak, white is just going to be feeling frustrated right now. That said, this isn't bad. It's proper direction. But it is going to give potentially an attack here now. Right? And I don't know, maybe something can happen there. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, are we cutting through? Oh, snap. So we know that the stone is still captured. I would consider capping that bottom group, but I can't do it until I'm stronger. So I'm leaning more towards extension first. Hane seems fine. Into just a surround. The surround has the added benefit of starting to develop the middle of the board, leaning towards the right and top. So it goes well with that as well. By the way, left is still not entirely black or white, sorry, because there's this, there's this, there's this. I mean, there's just too many force moves in here to say all of that left-hand side is whites. This is why our opening is so important. We do not want to fall behind in the opening. Here I kind of view it as small. Honestly, I don't know, maybe over in here. Get rid of that. Go away, you. Fire, die in it. There we go. But yeah, maybe this into, I don't know. Not gonna lie, it's tough. Okay. Taking the aggressive variation. I don't think we need to take an aggressive variation here. I think I'm actually completely fine just playing this one because we can expect Sente. White will either extend, in which case we have Sente again to be like, hey, how you doing? More points for me. Or white's gonna, I mean, if white plays away right now, the Hane and the Yin is just gonna be lethal. So yeah, white's just gonna give you Sente. And we play on a large point. This is how we slowly fall behind, because those two stones are probably dead. Yep, rip them. Oh, you're going for the cut? Oh, you're not going for the cut. Oh, God. About to say, I don't think that was going to work. Like, hypothetically, if you really want to be super aggressive, you can play this, but there's no reason for white to bite on it. Because, I mean, this is just going to be dead. Huh. Well, do I want? Don't mention it. I could. Okay, hypothetically, there's still some stuff on the bottom of the board that I don't recommend playing now. I'm just pointing out this endgame is going to be very, very rough because that's going to be a ko, and that's lethal. So we can't extend that way. So it's an interesting thing to take note of. Also, I want to yell at this move because there's already a star point on the board. So this is just kind of sealing off what he has right now. And honestly, I'd probably just play here, and that's probably game. White has no choice but to invade it again. You know what? You could probably do something simpler here. I mean, this is 4, 5, 6 lines across everything. It's going to be too much. Too much, too much, too much. This is a good example of when influence just goes out of control. Oh, snap. You did read. Not bad. Very important that we did not play that one. Very, very important. We could play here because it's 1, 2, 3, 4 liberties, 2, 3 right now. And we could retreat from here if necessary. There's no reason for this group to be dead. It's just, that right there is game. Now there's too much influence and the corner's been reclaimed to its rightful owner. Here, there's no reason to really panic. I just keep building. Like, my opponent wants to play this kind of stuff, that's fine. Because the question becomes, how are they going to just reduce that middle? It just keeps getting out of control. So one of the reasons why I tell people to really think carefully on whether they want to try out the low territorial, like 3-3 openings that we're seeing right now. Because you make one mistake with that influence and it will bury you. It gets out of control, and at that point, there's just no coming back. Not bad. The cut here works, but aside from that, oh, this one. You want to play here, actually. Make sure the stun doesn't connect to the other one. And then we can set up for another kill, because as he runs out, this cut will become viable again. And then just more things of whites are just going to die. Yeah, he connected up, see? Yeah. Yeah. Here, I'd probably actually just follow it just straight down. It seems fine. Close. If we do this one into this one, we might be able to kill us someone. How'd that happen? Oh, yeah, okay. White really needs to play here to start working at that cutting point defense. Ooh, careful. Don't get greedy. Yep, that's what we call greedy. Ooh, probably this one. It's got the threat of the Hane and the connection underneath. So we got two for value. We got multiple value here. I like. And then that's end of the game. Yeah, okay. That's a good place to call it. That's a good place to call it. Yeah. I mean, game wasn't terrible. It's just influence gets way out of control really, really fast. Beginning of the game, gave up a lot of influence, and it just kept rolling downhill and picking up speed.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful.
Black really did well in this one.